show you my wonder. I will show you the money. Baby, that's from you. Baby, move from you. Don't go from you. I will show you the money. I will, baby, that's from you. Show me your body. Don't go for you. I will show you the money. Baby, that's from you. Baby, move from you. Don't go from you. Show me your body. Don't go for you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry I'm a little behind schedule here, but I think you'll forgive me, right? Let's see here. Oh, wonder. No, I don't think the, oh, you got to check this out. It's a wild turkey coming to visit. Everybody wants to get in on new distributor training this morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing? Thank you for joining me. I'm gonna take just a moment and kind of get organized here a little bit. It's a lot earlier for me than it is for most of you all. Let's see here. Aloha, Mary. Thank you. I am feeling a little relaxed. And Linda, good to see you. I think, Linda, I think you're going to be on Biz Talks next week. I have to check my calendar. I'm looking forward to it. Aloha, Amy. And let's see here. Close this down for just a little bit. And I am excited about this morning. I don't usually get a chance. My table going to wiggle? Okay, I'm going to have to keep my hands off my table. I'm all armed for a great Saturday morning new distributor training. Got my Limitless, got my Performa protein, my breakfast, and got my both journals. Think about that one. And let's see here, really good. I think I'm all set to roll. We'll go ahead and we'll pretend like this is the beginning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to new distributor training. For this Saturday morning, my name is Fred Holmes. I'm an independent distributor with ZJ International, and everything that's about to be said is my opinion. and remember the independent distributor part. So I'm hoping that some of you arrived early this morning. I took the opportunity to give you a chance to, perhaps see a little bit into your future. You can see in the background reflecting against the windows here what my view is from my second office, my secondary office. And I've been asked a lot of times, and I mean constantly almost in the last several days, what island am I on? I refer to it as an undisclosed island location, and there's a reason for it, because I ain't saying. But this is my little respite a couple times a year, and I hope you enjoyed the music this morning. Some new beats I'm listening to. It's African WizKid, and because I know you guys are trying to keep track of the stuff I'm listening to. So, but I promise you, we're going to get into the training here real quick. But as you can tell, one of the advantages of taking the time to build a ZJ business with a long-term focus is the ability to in a relatively short period of time, be able to control your life. In Zija, we have the little hashtag Life Unlimited. Well, Life Unlimited is, different for every single person. Okay, it's hard to determine what your Life Unlimited is. Oftentimes, the concept of Life Unlimited is really being prepared for whatever life brings you, to be 100% in control of your circumstances, which includes the ability to overcome and meet the needs of circumstances they hadn't planned for. And so for me, you're getting an opportunity to spend a little time with me this morning. While I did not anticipate what was going to happen over the last 10 years with Zija, what I did know is if I took the time to build my business, the things that I want to share with you today, then I would be prepared for whatever the happenstance, whatever the circumstances were that I would find myself in down the road. And so anyway, I want to extend a warm welcome to all of you that are existing Zija distributors. For those of you that are brand new distributors, I'm going to have several things I want you to take note of. I hope you have your journal with you, your notepad, something to be taking notes with. This is something that I started 34 years ago. Well, I'll not give you the entertainment value of watching me do math in my head. Over 30 years ago, I started this process, and one of the first things I learned or was taught was to keep a record, keep notes, keep track of what's going on. And so I started this journaling, archiving the information, the notes, the thoughts, the concepts, and what have you that have created this environment to be able to be prepared for the Zija opportunity. And so I encourage you to grab your notes. We're going to do a couple things this morning. One of the things, for those of you that are on my email list, or maybe you're connected with me on Facebook, you saw the little post, and I said I was going to talk about the specific activities that would ensure your success as Zija goes to a whole new level here in 2019. I'm going to definitely do that. But what I want to start out with, and this is in particular for those of you that are brand new distributors, you've just gotten started with Zija, and honestly, independent of whether you've had any experience in the past in a network marketing business, unless you've been very successful at a very high level, if you have, okay, if you've been successful in a network marketing business in the past, and when I say successful, I'm not saying, making some money. I'm talking about making significant levels of income. Unless you've been there already, I encourage you to pretend like you're a brand new distributor, because chances are you will not have the frame of reference necessary to take advantage of what's going to happen in Zija. When I first got involved in this industry, again, 30 plus years ago, I was a cross-country truck driver. I did not understand what this business model was. However, I had the criteria, I had the ingredients that are required for success in our profession. Number one, and you should put this in your notes. Number one, I had very good work ethics. Okay, I've always been a hard worker, and I'm going to speak to that here in a moment. Number two, I was very coachable. I knew that I did not know what it was that was necessary to know to be successful in our business. Since I knew that I didn't know, I was highly coachable. I was only interested in hearing what needed to be done. I wasn't interested in reinventing the wheel, trying something new. I just wanted to know what to do. Highly coachable. Number three, I had a burning desire to succeed. Now, we can go into that at another time. The point being here is that, the future for my oldest son was dependent upon me being highly successful in this profession. And because I had that high level desire, there was nothing that was going to keep me from being successful. And even though I had all those criteria, frankly, it took a couple of years to get to a point in time where I was good enough to be a six-figure income earner. Fast forward many years when I joined Zege International, same thing. Okay, I mean, I knew what to do. I got off to a fast start. I did, you know, what I considered to be well in the first year and well in the second year, but it took until the third year to get to a level of income that was comparable to my skill set and experience. So that concept of that desire to succeed, that burning desire to be successful, the biggest issue there is giving it enough time to be successful. And so if you look at your career with Zija, and here I'm speaking directly to our new distributors, if you look at your career in Zija, not in terms of how much money can you make in the first 90 days, how much can you do the first year, whatever. Look at it as a 3 to 5 year career. Because literally in the next 3 to 5 years with this company, every single one of you can set up your life to be in a position where no matter what the challenges, no matter what the obstacles, no matter what the circumstances, you can overcome all of that because of the financial security that you can create. And I'm not making money to be, you know, the end all end all. It certainly is not. You know, I've been well, I was about to say I've been poor. Poor is a state of mind. I've been broke in my life, and frankly, you know, half of my life I would be considered broke. And I've done very well financially, and I've been able to be happy in both circumstances. But I can tell you, without a question of a doubt, it is better to have a lot of money, okay? Because you can do a lot of things that you can't do. You can still be happy. I mean, I was happy driving, you know, a T-Bird. I was happy vacationing, if you will, on the beach, you know, one town up from where I live. But there is a lot of advantages to having the financial resources. So for those of you that are brand new distributors, let's start out the morning with giving you some resources. I'm going to encourage you, take the time to get the foundational elements that you need to know about in our business. I've posted some training videos on my YouTube channel. You can go to www.youtube.com. I'm going to go ahead and just put this in the chat box for you. That way you can cut and paste it if you want. Go to www.youtube.com/Fred Holmes Zija. And when you're there, that website, we use that to archive some of the presentations that we do on a regular basis for the organization. We do a biz talks, a business presentation on Thursday evenings. Those recordings are archived there. We do a Saturday morning new distributor training every Saturday morning, myself or one of the team members. Those are archived there. Once a month, we do a team-wide meeting following the Diamond Club call. You know, give you all of the information that the corporate disseminates to the Diamond Club. Those are archived there. When you arrive at that YouTube channel, there is a link that says playlist. Look at the playlist. There's only one there at this point in time. There are 4 little videos on there. The first one I want to draw your attention to is New Distributor Training. That's the title of that video. It's about 30 minutes long. What it is, it's a compilation of the training that I received 30 plus years ago in my first network marketing company. That first company has historically been known as one of the companies that has provided the highest level of network marketing training that's ever been provided in the industry. I mean, there are people today, there are, you know, top level income earners, multiple 6- and 7-figure income earners in the industry that can trace their understanding of how to do network marketing back to that company, either because they were part of that company like I was, or because somebody that mentored them received that training. This is very, very important to get that foundational. It's what everybody needs to know, okay? What do we do and how do we do it? And if you want to get off to a really good start with a firm foundation of what it takes to be successful in our business, taking that 30-minute training. There will be 3 more short 10-minute videos following that in that playlist. Those 3 videos, you know, combined would be what we would call the fast start training. You know, how to develop a prospect list, how to construct your Zija story. Your Zija story is going to be the #1 thing that's going to help you build your business. A 90-day game plan. That's the 3rd video. The concept of a 90-day game plan. Those 3 little videos, probably about another 30 minutes of your time. That will give you the understanding of how to get off to a fast start and build your Zija story. And so I encourage brand new people to go there, especially if this was your first opportunity to be part of a Saturday morning training. You're thinking, new distributor training, so I'm going to learn the basics. We use this Saturday morning time frame not to repeat the same thing over and over and over again. That would be a silly waste of time. We use this time to expand upon or drill down into deeper depth levels of understanding of concepts, philosophies, specific activities, the kinds of things that allow us to provide an ongoing level of development for those of you that want to be, you know, highly successful in your Zija business. Now, I am going to go back to the chat box here in a few minutes, but I want to go through what I promised in the email and that sort of thing. Today's focus, and I'm not going to take a long time here. I'm going to do this relatively quickly. I do want to be able to open up for question and answer session. I like to make this interactive, you know, as much as possible. And well, what I want to do is I want to talk about the specific activities that you're going to want to engage in, because you have to have a frame of reference that will lead you in the correct direction. Oh, by the way, hashtag success leaves clues. Here's a clue. If you want to make as much money as I do, drink as much Zija as I do, please. Especially if you're in my pay line, drink a lot of Zija. Sorry, you're just going to be subject to you know, tangential thought process and random states of consciousness. Because hey, I can. This is a special island edition, right? All right, now, here's the frame of reference. Zija International is a company that's been in, I can't believe it, the cranes are dropping by, man. All the little birds are dropping by this morning. Zija International is a company that is about to launch. We have spent the last, well, the company has spent the last 13 years in pre-launch. I've been with the company now 11 years. Everything that has happened has been in preparation for this moment. Okay, you know, the origins of the company. Ken Brailsford being, in his words, spiritually prompted, spiritually motivated to bring this product to market, but no desire to build a company. He didn't want to do that. He'd already done that, but he was willing to finance the development of this product, our original Moringa product, Moringa drink. Because of circumstances that Ken could not control. He was put in a position where he had to run the company, but he had commitments that kept him from running the company for the first couple of years. The company had been in business almost 3 years by the time you know, I got a chance to meet Ken Brailsford when he came back from his sabbatical, his mission trip, to start running his company. It took certainly a few years to get the company up and running, to start to diversify the product line. We've had different changes in corporate leadership. We've had certainly some, you know, growing pains, if you will. 1 year ago, almost exactly to the date, early part of January of last year, maybe it was the end of January, Ken Brailsford met with the Diamond Club in Florida, and he announced that he was now ready to come back to the leadership role in the company. He had developed over time an incredible corporate team. Ryan Palmer, Jerem Daystrup, the Dr. Joshua plant. So many of the pieces were in place. He made some commitments to us, just like he did in August of 2008. He made commitments to us again. And he said he was going to do the things necessary to position Zeej International to be the billion-dollar company that it was destined to be. And one of those commitments was to continuing cutting-edge science-based products that would rock the world. The second thing he committed to was enhancements to our compensation plan that would make this the easiest path for the average person to create, the financial resources to consume the products, to build a business, and for many to create life unlimited. He made a third commitment, which was to establish or to reconnect the corporate team and the field leadership with correct philosophies and correct activities. And I will tell you, in the 11 years that I've been with the company, I have never seen a time where all of the pieces of the puzzle have come together. This final enhancement of the compensation plan, creating an environment where every person who desires for virtually little effort can consume the Zeej products for free. Okay, this is a powerful thing. We already know that we've got the highest customer retention in the industry. No other company can match what we have going on from the consumption of our product. 82% of Zeej, of all the people involved in Zeej, are just customers. That's it. That's all they do is use the product. 82%. That's an incredible statement. There's no other network marketing company out there that can genuinely say that 80% of their company are customers. We have an environment where people can use our products for free with next to no effort. But what it's doing, it's doubling, tripling, and quadrupling our consumer base. We have an environment where today we are on the threshold of introducing and bringing to the market our new CBD product with a unique transdermal delivery system. It is light years beyond anything that's out there now, and it's going to take an incredibly long time for anybody to match what we're doing. And for those of you that have been around for a while, there's people that say, hey, we've got Moringa, but they don't have what we have. Okay, it's just not possible to catch up with us. And in terms of the relationship between the corporate team and the field leadership, which is a critical ingredient to success in a network marketing venture, and success of the company means success of the distributors, okay? I have never, in the time that I've been with Zeej, seen a more positive working relationship, correct activities and philosophies. Everything has come together for this moment in time. And so what you want to do is take advantage of the timing. Dustin, I got to tell you, buddy, you're cool. You're that guy. I'm sorry, folks. That was a little bit of a inside thing. So, with your journals handy, I want to give you some insight into what it is that I'm doing, what it is that virtually every single one of the field leaders in Zeej is doing, and it's the activities that you will want to engage in if you want to take advantage of what's going to happen over the next 3 to 5 years with Zeej. And those 3 to 5 years are going to be determined by this year, 2019. And this year, you will set the stage for this year with what you do in the next 90 days. Okay? So it's real simple. 3 to 5 years, and I'm going to tell you right now, every single one of you can set yourself up for life, you, your children, and your grandchildren, if you desire to. The next 3 to 5 years will be based, 80% of what you receive in the next 3 to 5 years is going to be based on the next 12 months. And 80% of that is going to be based on the next 90 days. So what are the specific activities that you want to be engaged in? Let's go back to the beginning of this broadcast with the 3 critical ingredients for success. Number 1, willingness to work. You got to be willing to work. Now, I want to drill down on that. So number 1, willing to work, having good work ethics. For most people, I think most people are willing to do the work. They don't really understand how to do that in network marketing because the vast 95% of the world have never owned a business. They're employees, right? And so they're accustomed to showing up at work, but once you get to work, somebody else is telling you what to do, where to go, what to say, when to take your break, when to eat lunch, when to leave. We have to understand that that first category of success, willing to work, having good work ethics, that is the concept, not being willing to put in 60, 80, or 100 hours a week. And I got to be candid with you. If you're spending 60, 80, 100 hours a week doing this, I mean, for real, you're probably doing it wrong. Okay. I mean, I get doing, a conference call at 6 in the morning. I get doing a webinar at 6 in the evening, but those things combined might be 60 minutes. Okay. It's not, a 12-hour day. And so if you truly are spending 60, 80, 100 hours a week working your Zija business, probably doing it wrong. Now, here's what you do want to look at is correct activities executed consistently on a daily basis. And I want to take a couple of minutes and give you a tool to use. Okay, it's something that it was a lesson taught by Jim Rohn many years ago. I've not been able to find it on the internet. I wish I could, because I would just then let Jim Rohn tell you. But the concept is, he called it celebrate or fix. How to set up a daily method of operation. And there's a couple of steps to it. Okay, the first step, day 1, you want to ideally, before hitting the sack, before going to bed, shortly before going to bed, as you end your day, take about 15 minutes. Commit ink to paper. Grab your journal or your notebook, and step 1, write down 5 or 6 things that will make a material positive impact on your business for the next day. 5 or 6 activities, 5 or 6 things that you can do that will make a positive impact in your business on the following day. Now, what should those things be? For those of you that have already watched the first of training video on the new distributor training video link, the new distributor training, you'll understand there's only three things we do. Okay, we share our product, we share our income opportunity, and we teach others to do the same. And so if you add one more ingredient in there, which is a requirement, it is of essence. If you wish to improve, to get better, you can. You can have more because you can become more. Personal development is critical to your future success. And this is real simple. Okay, I mean, I got this really, really quick when I first started in the industry years ago. As a cross-country truck driver, I'd make $30,000, $35,000 a year. I thought that was a good living, and back in the mid '80s, that was a good living. I mean, that's when you could actually raise a family on $30,000, $35,000 a year. But it wasn't the level of income that I needed. And what I learned very, very quickly was that if I stayed a truck driver, I would keep truck driver income. I had to become more so that I could earn more. It wasn't the other way around. And so I started to invest in my personal development. And what's exciting today is that, that investment doesn't even have to be with money. There's so much of this is available on YouTube and on the internet, a lot of stuff is free or very, inexpensive. So of the things that you want to put on your list, they have to involve around correct activities. Sharing the product, sharing the opportunity, teaching others to do the same, and add one more thing in there, personal development. So step one, in the morning, write down, or I'm sorry, in the evening, write down 5 or 6 things. Now, what would those 5 or 6 things be? Well, identify, one of the tasks for the day might be to share the product, but be specific. I'm going to share it with Barbara. Okay, I'm going to call up my friend Barbara. I'm going to share invite her to look at my product. I might do 2 product contacts. So I want to do Barbara and Bill. So I've got that part, share the product, share the income opportunity. I'm going to, pick Sam, and I'm going to invite him to look at my income opportunity. That'll be my 3rd task for the day. I might do one more. I might share that with, Mary Lou. I have to include the personal development, so I'm going to identify something I'm going to do for personal development. It might be reading, one chapter of Don Falo's book, the 45-second presentation, what we in the industry call the 10 paper napkin presentations. Might be, listening to, the first 30 minutes of Jim Rohn's audio training, How to Build Your Network Marketing Distributorship, or reading another chapter in James Allen's book, As a Man Thinketh. Something that will be categorized as personal development, and I'm going to allot 30 minutes to that. Maybe, and I might put in, 1 or 2 other additional to-do items based upon previous activities, such as I want to follow up on, Billy Bob on how he's doing on the product. I want to follow up with, Andrea to see if she watched the first training video for new distributors and see if there's any questions. Okay, so share the product, share the opportunity, teach others to do the same, personal development. Those are the activities that you need to write down. That's step 1. Step 2, calendar those activities. Take your list of, 5 or 6 things that you're going to do tomorrow and actually put them on the calendar. Schedule the time for them. Okay, I'm going to call Barbara on the way to work at 7:30 in the morning. I'm going to follow up with Bob at noon or during my lunch break. Actually put them on the calendar. Then go to bed. Okay, 15 minutes. Just take 15 minutes, go to bed. During the night, your subconscious mind will be processing the activities that you have scheduled for the following day. When you get up the following day, you already know what to do. You've got your work schedule, you've got your family requirements, and you've got your Zija schedule. Go through the day, work your plan. At the end of the day, you're going to do the same 2 steps, but you're going to add a 3rd step in there, and that's the first step of the evening. Towards the end of the evening, get out your notes, get out your calendar, and you're going to do what Jim Rohn calls celebrate or fix. Okay, evaluate your performance for the day. You wrote down 5 or 6 or maybe 7 things that you were going to do the following day that would positively and materially impact your business. Evaluate your numbers. How did you do? Now, there's only 1 or 2 things that's going to happen. Either you did it or you didn't. If you did it, if you accomplished all the things that were on your list, then you get to celebrate. That's the celebrate part of what Jim Rohn calls celebrate or fix. Now, the celebration, folks, should be something that is tangible to you, something that you consider to be celebratory. It should have some physicality involved in it, some kind of physical activity. I'm not the guy that teaches, the neuro-linguistic programming and all that kind of stuff. I'm more the guy that, if you tell me it works, I'm going to buy the story and I'm going to go do it. Okay. Here's what's important to understand. If you were successful, you want to celebrate. The celebration is intended to start creating this environment, this mindset, this consciousness of self that you are a winner, that you are successful. So often people fail to succeed because they're succeeding at maintaining their belief system of who they are. Okay, you know, most people get, you know, beat up, knocked down, kicked around so long, by the time they get to, you know, adulthood, they don't believe they'll ever be able to do anything of significance. I mean, I never believed that I could do what I've done in this profession, in this industry. We need to start programming our minds for success. Now, when I succeed, when I can end my day and I evaluate my numbers and I was successful, here's my celebration, okay? I make it real simple. I jump out of my desk chair and I go, oh yeah, I did it. Oh yeah, I do the little I did it dance, right? Now, it meets all the criteria, okay? Dancing, I love dancing. That is a celebratory thing to me. Now, I'm going to tell you straight up front, I'm a terrible dancer, okay? But I love dancing. And so that's what I do. I do the dance. It's got physicality to it, movement. I mean, I'm embedding in my mind and my subconscious a success experience for the day. Now, what do you do if you can't? If you evaluated your numbers and you're being honest with yourself, you can't celebrate. Then you need to fix. Now, hopefully you still got your pen handy, okay? Instead of practicing the dance with me, right? The fix part, that's easy. That's really simple. If you evaluate your numbers and you did not complete your self-assigned task, then it's an easy fix because it'll fall into one of two categories. Number one, either you failed, let me do this again. Number one, either you overestimated your ability to complete tasks within the time that you allotted. That's the first thing. So for instance, you put down on your notes, I'm going to make 43 contacts by 8 o'clock in the morning. Between 7:30 and 8 o'clock in the morning when I need to leave work, I'm going to reach out and talk to 48 people. Well, obviously, you can't talk to 48 people in 30 minutes. That's not going to happen. I'm not even sure you could make 43 phone calls and get voicemail and still be able to do that. I mean, that'd be like, what, 40 seconds a call? I don't think you could do that. So either you overestimated your ability to accomplish things within the time that you allotted, or here's the second reason that you failed, that you didn't complete your assignments, is that you failed to follow your schedule. Okay, those are the only two reasons that you can't celebrate. Okay, you're going to have to fix, and it's easy to fix if you understand why. Be more, on the one hand, you might need to be more realistic. Instead of scheduling, 3 or 4 calls during your lunch hour from work, your lunch break from work, maybe schedule 2 so that you can complete 2. It is better to complete 2 than to try to do 4 calls and not complete 4 calls. Okay, do 2. Or the failure to follow your schedule, let me tell you what happens. Okay, you plan to make 2 calls at lunch break. Right as lunch is ready to happen, you got some friends from another department come by and go, hey man, why don't you come out? Let's do lunch together. We never get to see you. You're always so busy. Come on, hang out with us. And you decide to blow off the 2 calls that you were going to make. Or here's the magic one that people let themselves get away with. I scheduled myself to be up at 5:30 in the morning so I could have 30 minutes of personal development time, reading, listening, whatever it is, before 6 a.m. because 6 a.m. is when I need to get up to start doing the day in my life. And so the only way I could fit in the 30 minutes of personal development was to start at 5:30. And the alarm rang at 5:30 and you didn't get up and start your personal development. Okay, that's what happened. So you either celebrate, in which case do something meaningful, something tangible, or you fix. And the fix part is simple. You need to be realistic with the amount of time that's available to you, and you need to follow the schedule no matter what. Okay, it's real simple. No matter what. Be willing to say to your friends at lunch, I'm sorry, I'd love to, but I can't today. Can we schedule another time? okay? Because you want to be able to do things with your friends. Schedule another time if you have already scheduled that hour lunch break for your Zija business. You must be committed to doing the doing part. So, good work ethics. This isn't about putting in thousands of hours to build your business, but rather being consistent about the 30 minutes or the 1 hour or the 2 hours that you are able to build your Zija business. And for most of us, okay, it's been this way for me, ever since I started with Zija. This has always been a part-time business. But for most people, the masses, if you will, they're working a 40-hour-a-week job. They, may be willing to commit 10 or 12 hours a week to a part-time home-based business. Folks, if you committed, 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening, and 30 minutes somewhere else during the day, you're putting in 10 to 12 hours a week in your Zija business. 10 to 12 hours a week in your Zija business is sufficient to create a full-time income in a reasonable amount of time if you're doing correct activities. That's what the nature of our business. So, willingness to work, develop good work ethics. This is an outline that I just shared with you of how to do it. And I want you to think about this for a minute. If you spoke to 1 or 2 people a day about our products, at the end of the year, you're going to have 100 customers. Okay, there's no way to get around it. 1 person a day, 365 people. 2 people a day, 700 and some odd. What? Right? 700 and some odd people. You can't talk to 3, 4, 5, 6, 700 people without getting some customers. Same thing about the business. Talk to 1 person a day. Even if you just get 1 in 10, you're talking about over 30 distributors. 30 distributors that bring 5 or 10 customers and a handful of distributors. That's how you build a business with Zija. So first thing, willingness to work, develop good work ethics. Number 2, willing to learn. This is real simple, folks. Be coachable. Okay, the tools and resources that you need to be successful, they're already out there. Okay, I've shared with you the link to my YouTube channel. Go use the new distributor training videos there. Utilize the tools, the Biz Talks presentation. So on. By the way, Candace Smiley and Jason West did a phenomenal Biz Talks presentation on Thursday. You really need to go and listen to that, okay? Jason West is one of the most genuine young men I know. He's been very consistent in building his business. Some significant gems, pearls of wisdom he provided for us, okay? So you go check that out. It just got posted yesterday. Previous Thursday night, now here I gotta check myself a little bit, but I was listening to the interview that Amy McKenzie did of me. I think that's a great tool. Okay, I think it's a little hard for me to evaluate my own performance because I already think I'm cool. I tend not to be real. I always look at anything I've done and go, geez, I wish I would have done that better. But I think there's some really good information there. Especially for somebody that's looking at Zija and trying to figure out, is this really the company that I should get involved with? So you might want to check that one out. Amy always does an excellent job. I mean, too often I know people would much rather have Amy doing the Biz Talks than me. And I'd like to have Amy doing it more often too, but she's really busy right now. She's building her way to diamond. So willingness to work, willingness to learn, be coachable, folks. Go through the videos that I've done. Go to Pat Anderson's website, clubmoringa.com, and many other leaders. David Moses puts out information on his website. Many people in the industry are in Zija are doing this. I'm not just saying mine is the end-all, end-all. There's lots of leadership out there that's providing tools. Pick what works best for you. Okay, everybody's going to resonate with a little bit different voice. You're welcome to review my stuff, but here's what's really important to understand, and probably the best way to put this: learn what it is that we do and how we do it, but most importantly, don't do it yourself. Okay, don't be that guy. The guy that knows everything about the product, everything about the opportunity. Don't try to do it by yourself. This works best if you're doing it with somebody else. And when I say somebody else, I'm not saying doing it with, the distributor you just signed up and you're both brand new. You've got 30 minutes longer in the business than they do. Find an upline leader. And when I say leader, it could be somebody that's a bronze, a silver, a gold. You don't have to look for, David Moses, I don't know what David's rank, double, oak leaf encrusted diamond elite crown, something or other, whatever it is. You don't need that person, but you do need somebody that has already developed a story, has already documented, they understand the system and how to create the income, and you need to work with them. Don't be that guy that does it all by themselves, because that's not what our industry is, and it's going to be way too hard for you to do this. Last item, burning desire to succeed. Okay, we're covering all of the 3 ingredients that are necessary for success: willingness to work, willingness to learn, burning desire to succeed. The most important thing I can tell you under burning desire to succeed, figure out why you need to be successful. Okay, why is it? What are you looking for? Okay, are you looking for financial security for your family? Are you looking for a time freedom? You want to be with your kids as they're growing up, not hear about it, or seeing the Facebook pictures that were posted of your kids team and kicking the soccer goal or whatever. If you want to be engaged with them, if you want to create an environment for maybe your parents. Okay, something you all better realize, if you got parents, sooner or later they're going to get old. Somebody's going to have to take care of them. Okay, it's just the way it is. If you're a young person and thinking about getting married and having kids, guess what? You're going to have kids, and people are going to, somebody's going to have to take care of them. Who's going to take care of them? You want other people taking care of your kids so that you can work, or would you like to have your work enable you to be able to take care of your kids? Figure out why it is. For some of you, maybe there's a cause, your church, your mission, whatever it is. Find something that is meaningful to you, that will be your driving force, will be your burning desire. Okay, it can't be about the money, because I'm going to tell you right now, money ain't everything. Okay, it buys a lot of nice things. Okay, but it can't be the only reason. Figure out what the money will do for you. And if you can figure out something in your life that is so important that you're willing to continue to do it long enough to get the results you're looking for, then you're going to have it. For me, 30 plus years ago, it was to be there for my son, to have the financial resources necessary to provide for his educational needs, and to be there with him. And I have to tell you, all of the promises of this profession in network marketing have been fulfilled on. I remember, when my son started entering sports, I committed to being at every single soccer game. And to be able to have a business that I could, because he lived in Santa Barbara and I lived in Huntington Beach, to make sure that I was in Santa Barbara every single Saturday morning for those games, knowing full well that I could still run my business. I could do a connection call with my cell phone. This is back in the days when, my cell phone bill was, $1,500, $2,000 a month, because that was back in the day when cell phones cost that much if you used them like we use them today. But that was my burning desire. There was nothing that was going to get in the way of me achieving that. With Zija, a whole new level of burning desire to succeed. But folks, if you focus on those simple things, willingness to work, develop your daily method of operation. I gave you a tool for that. All I can tell you is the minute you start doing that, Sell Jim Rohn's Celebrator Fix. The minute you start doing that, it will change your world. Okay, you will become unstoppable in this business because you have put activity, at the foundation of what your goals are. Willingness to learn, be coachable, take the leadership that's offered to you. Don't try and figure out a better way to do this. There's many, many, many people out there that are willing to sell you their knowledge, sell you their, lead generation. This is the one I love. I'll show you how to generate 87 new leads just every single day, just like I got. Okay, folks, you're not going to know what to do with 87 leads. Honestly, that's too many people to talk to in one day. So, better yet, the money you're going to send them, just send it to me. Okay, just send it to me, and I'll let you watch my free videos. Number 3, burning desire to succeed. Figure out why this is the path that you want. Figure out why, because it is important to understand success doesn't happen overnight. It's going to take time. It's a compounding effect. I was not an overnight success in this industry. I was not an overnight success in Zija. If you will, I'm that turtle. Okay, just point me in the right direction. I won't stop until I get there, and that's the key. So, geez, I hope this has been helpful to you. I did have my notes. Unfortunately, I didn't have them in front of me, so we might have had a little bit of a tangential thought process here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the time that we have here. I'm going to go through our chat window here. Folks, if you have a question or comment, something that could be helpful right now, let me see who's on the call with us here. All right, very good. Oh, geez. Good to see all of you. Wow. It's kind of nice. I get to see who's in attendance. Always a good time. All right, let's see. We go up here. Let's see. I am too. Aloha, aloha. Joan from Iowa. Good to see you, Joan from Iowa. Brian, good to see you. Yep, heading to the New Year, New You event. I know there's a lot of people that are heading to the event in Seattle, the one out in the Bay Area. Let's see here. I'll laugh at your, yeah. Undisclosed island location. Yes, it's an why am I not disclosing where I'm at? Because you all want to be here, and then it won't be, secluded and deserted and that sort of thing, right? That guy. Oh, hi, Sharita. Well, I don't know about wisdom, but thank you, Brennan, or Dustin. One of the advantages of being an old guy is the longer you're around. I mean, if you keep trying to learn, you're going to learn more stuff, and you can learn more stuff when you're 65 than somebody who's only 35, and so it makes you look like you're smart or something. You're pretty cool, but Amy, Diana said, I'm pretty cool, but Amy's prettier. I'm going to go with that one. Let's see. Sharita, yes, I agree, Sharita. That was a great presentation that was done on Thursday with Candace and Jason. Let's see, thanks. Oh, well, thank you, sweetie. I'm looking for questions here. I appreciate all the positive comments. I really do. But thank you, Kevin. Yeah, I'm glad that was helpful. Simple to found. Always loved learning. Good for you, Joan. Linda Conte. That guy is Dustin. Lots of nuggets today. Only 33. Well, hey, listen, Dustin, you are right about the age I was when I started in network marketing. And I got to tell you, I only have one regret. Well, I probably have more than one regret, but the one that comes to mind right now is I really wish that I'd found Zija when I was your age, It's hard to imagine where I would be today had Zija been my first opportunity, and had I, had 30 years, more time to work in the business. But you know what? I'm doing damn good for being in my mid 60s. I'm healthy, I'm strong, I'm fit, and I'm going to do Zija and watch all of you have incredible results and success with this opportunity, and I want to be part of your success. I don't think I've got any more questions. If there is a final question that I can help with, we'll be able to do that. Thanks so much. Haven't seen me in the morning before I apply my Amy McKenzie was commenting she appreciated being called lovely or beautiful, but then she said you haven't seen her before in the morning before her 2-minute miracle. All right, Greg, let's see. I attend the New Year U at Tennessee. Great. Oh, very good. All right. Well, listen, folks, I think if without any more questions or what have you, I'm going to go ahead and sign off for this morning. This upcoming week, I want you to plug in the events. David Moses. Now, David has not been able to do his, standard Monday evening Millionaires in Training broadcast because he's all over the world. I'm not even exactly sure where he is right now. I'd have to check my calendar. Tuesday evening, Pat Anderson, Reed Nelson, and a couple of the other team members like Mac and McDonald and Pat Terry, they do a virtual business presentation webinar. You can get access to that through Pat Anderson's website, clubmoringa.com, www.clubmoringa.com. Wednesday evening is the regular Pat Anderson Health Talks with Pat. Now, Pat's doing a 4-part series on CBD oil and our new product. This coming Wednesday will be the 3rd in the series. Last Wednesday, all this is archived on the Club Moringa website. She had Dr. Ben Bowers. I got to tell you something, that Dr. Ben Bowers, I mean, he's a really smart man. Okay, I'm always impressed with people that are really, really smart, and he's really, really smart. He loves this product. So that's Wednesday evening. Thursday evening, we'll be doing Biz Talks. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm not going to bother with my calendar right now. If I'm not mistaken, it's Linda Conti is going to be our guest. Maybe Linda, you can confirm that, but I'm excited about that. And I believe Amy McKenzie is going to be hosting that presentation. Let's see, where in the world is Carmen and David Moses? I have no idea where David Moses is. I gave up. He calls me at 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, noon and midnight, and it's always fun trying to figure out if he's just waking up or going to bed, but he seems to like completely lose track of what time zone I'm in. So you have no idea where David is. Thursday evening, with Linda Conti, and then Saturday morning, new distributor training. I don't think I'm doing new distributor training. I think that's Candace. But, oh, last thing. I was going to say, but you'll figure it out when you get the email. Folks, if you're not on my email list, feel free to sign up. Go to my website, www.fredholmes.com. Fredholmes.com, click on Contact. You'll get all my contact information there, my home phone, my cell phone, my favorite color. I like long walks on the beach. Everything you need to know or don't want to know. But you'll see there under the contact section a place where you can sign up for the newsletter, get on the mailing list. I send out notifications on that. Like me and friend me on Facebook, and that's it. Top of the hour. I think I'm done. All right, folks, thank you for joining me this morning. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Now, I'm going to go have some more fun, and you too. All right, take care. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.